Hello, everyone. My name is Jeanette B. Milio, and I will be instructing this wonderful entertainment finance course from first dollar to distribution of profits. Over the next 11 weeks, we will take a deep dive into the world of entertainment financing. And we will do so gracefully and patiently, and you do not have to worry. I will always be available for any questions you may have. So a little bit about me. I'm a producer and financier. And as you can hear from my accent, I'm actually not from here. I was born and raised in Germany. And the way I entered the industry is a little orthodox, maybe, because I was, raised by my mother, who was a hairdresser, and she raised my sister and I as a single mom. So none of us were really very active in the Hollywood industry. And that wasn't really something that was on my mind because when I was studying business. And the way I stumbled into this industry was more of an accident. I had to do a temp job, as one does when we study, to make some money. And I ended up with my first temp job as an assistant at a network station in Cologne. And there I was placed in the middle of the hub of 40 producers working on all these various daily entertainment shows, like the German version of Price is Right or the German version of Jeopardy and Family Feud. So we were doing a lot of daily entertainment and primetime entertainment. So I was basically thrown into the organizational heart of organizing all these producers, which gave me a very close view and observation position if you want to see what producers do. So, and right there, I decided I want to do what they're doing. I want to become a producer. Obviously, that doesn't happen overnight. So I had to work a little hard, and I worked up my way at the network station, who actually offered me a job when I was the assistant. And I worked my way up to be the executive producer assistant, and I worked my way up to become a producer. So I ended up working for the network station quite a while, and then worked for a studio in Germany. Network station was RTL, the studio was Warner Brothers. And then I moved to Munich, where I ran the film division as a producer, and we were producing primetime feature films and television series. And there I really learned about storytelling. I learned about, script development, script structuring. So I really had the time to dive deep into the script side of things. I studied screenplay writing then at USC. And when I won the green card and moved to Los Angeles with my then 11-year-old daughter, we decided we're going to make the best of it. And since I was a producer, I was thinking, well, I was a producer in Germany. It shouldn't be so difficult to be a producer in Hollywood. Well, think twice. It was not the easiest thing. So I had to kind of find my niche in this industry because they have producers in Los Angeles like they have sand on the beach. So they weren't really waiting for me. The niche I found for myself was the niche of financing. And when I put my first movie together and I produced my first movie, which was a co-production between a studio, Fox, and a studio in Germany, Constantin Film, I focused on the structuring of the movie, of course, also on the script. The script was written by Eric Tuckman, who is mostly known as the showrunner for Handmaid's Tale. But I really had to dive deep into the deal-making side of things. And I realized that money is important in Hollywood. And it made me very keen in wanting to learn more about structuring deals for distribution, structuring deals for financing, etc. So I started after this movie to work a lot with the German equity funds and consulted for them. The German equity funds were raising money in Germany and then brought it over to Hollywood to invest into Hollywood movies. And a lot of these funds really did not perform very well. And it was interesting for me to see why did they not perform? What mistakes were made? So I decided there must be a better way to invest in film and content and actually generate a profit because it's a huge industry. So there is a real business here. So what was I missing? So I ended up working for a bank and ran an equity fund for them, diving again into finance, and then launched my own equity fund. So I raised money from investors. I created film and television content, 500 hours and more of film and TV content, 250 million of production volumes. And I found a way for me to structure what I call a profitable investment model. So my investments criteria are very strict. My models are very much driven by profitability. And my content is always globally viable because only globally viable content can travel and can generate distribution revenues from all over the world. So that has been my focus. And in this course, I will share with you some of the deal structures that I apply, some of the investment criteria that work. And I'm very much focused on profitability. I'm also sharing with you some of the mistakes I made, some of the pitfalls I stepped into, some of the risks I had to mitigate. All these things that went wrong, it's perfectly great because they taught me a lot, and you get to benefit from it because they made me generate and establish some real strict risk mitigation strategies, all of which we'll learn about. So this course is really about A, choosing the right content and protecting the right content, choosing something that's globally viable and can generate distribution revenues. B, balancing finance sources, understanding them, their terms and conditions, balancing them in a way that they can generate profits. C, really implementing the right distribution options for the content so that the optimal distribution revenues can be achieved. And lastly, understanding the risks and mitigating them. So this course is going to be very detailed on creating content that can be globally viable and generate profits while understanding the risks and mitigating them. So I'm going to share my screen with you to kind of walk you through what you're going to be expecting in this course and how you're easily navigating it. So here you see the page for the course. We have two versions of the course. We have an online version and we have a hybrid version. The online version is basically all online. You can study at your own pace. But what I do offer for the online version, even though it's not a must, as a courtesy, I offer Zoom sessions so that we can discuss some module content and that you have the opportunity to ask questions. I usually schedule them every 2 weeks on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And they will be announced in your Canvas calendar so you know in advance when a Zoom session will take place. When it comes to the hybrid courses, we are meeting every week, and the meeting will either be online or in person. The links for the online meetings will be emailed to you. It's not going to be the link here. So don't go to this Zoom session here because you're not going to find me there. You're going to find me on the link that I will email you, which is a specialized link where I can record meetings in a certain way, and then I can share the recordings with you. So don't go here. Look at my email that will come in time and just click on the link that is going to be emailed to you. So when you go onto your Canvas, you're going to see the course, and then you're going to see the modules here, right? So the modules are structured like this. You see here, module week 1, industry overview. This week opens at a certain date. And you see here, activities. It will tell you what is due and by when it's due. That will happen again for the week 2. It will open the week later and will tell you here under activities what's due. Every Monday, a module will open. And every following Sunday, something will be due. A quiz, an assignment, a discussion post, something like that. So when you go and open your first module here, you see what you will learn. It's an overview of what you will be learning during this coming week. There is an introduction video that will walk you through what you will be learning this coming week, and it will list the key activities as well. So you know, aha, quiz due here, quiz 1 is due on Sunday. And there is a discussion post also due on Sunday. Every module has an introduction page. And then, as you see here, all the different lesson pages. And then there's some additional resources if you want. This is up to you how deep you want to dive into it. And then there is the summary page. So every module has an opening, an introduction, and a summary page. The summary page has a video. The video guides you through the content that you just read through. It gives you the essentials of what was discussed during the week. And it also sums up the essentials here in the summary page. The summary pages are very convenient for you to just read through if you don't have enough time and can't read all the lesson content. You can jump through the summary page because it will have all you need in order to pass the quizzes. And then it will remind you, here's what you read and watch. and then it will remind you again of the key activities that are due by the end of the week, by Sunday. Every module is structured this way, with an opening and a closing page. For those of you who don't have a lot of time, you can literally just go to these 2 pages, the first one and the last one, and you know all there is to know. But for those of you who really enjoy this subject matter, entertainment finance, like me, you can dive deep into it. You can do all the case studies. You can do all the extra credits. You can do all the various assignments, and you can do as much and as little as you wish. So the idea for me is to, inspire you to have fun. Financing can be very boring. I'm trying to make it a little more interesting, a little more fun. And that's really the goal here. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn all the essential things you need to know about in order to expand your career or to get your projects greenlit. Or if you're an investor, how to mitigate the risks. This course is really for all entertainment executives of any level, and even for people who just start out. So just, enjoy it. Take it as you would like, study at your own pace, spend as much time as you have and want to spend, and meet me online in the Zoom sessions, or if you're choosing the hybrid class, in person. I am very much looking forward to meeting you all. I can't wait. And I'm very much looking forward to getting to know you a little better. So thank you again for joining my course, and I will see you soon.